everyone, this is Freddy from A.W.O.L Studio, and today I'm going to show people who are really new to the Unreal Engine. They've made their level, now they want to start giving it life, whether it's with animals or with players just walking around. For example, let me just go in here and show you what we're going to be doing today. As soon as this thing loads. Come on, baby. Okay, so we're in. So, you can see I got some animals. They're moving around. They're just going wherever. That's fine and dandy. So, in today's video, we're going to show you how to actually do all this. And if you wanted to, yeah, you can do that. So, or, ooh, I'm sorry, bro. Okay, so, I'm not shooting people. I'm sorry about all that. So, this is what we're going to do. If you don't have any characters, you don't know how to do any animation blend spaces, you don't know how to do any of that, in this particular thing, you're not going to need any of those crazy things. But you are going to need a character, and you are going to need some animations. So, Mixamo is a really great place for people who are extremely new. So I've already downloaded my character really quick. I downloaded Douglas. So whenever you download a character here, I personally, when this comes up here, obviously you want an FBX. And I usually select the original pose FBX. You're going to run into less errors with bones and things like that. Now, for this one, I'm going to assume that you guys don't have it. You downloaded this character here. And then go into animations, and we're just going to look for like a walk. He's just going to walk around. He's not going to do anything. So we're just going to pick just a general walking. The most important thing to do before you download is to make sure you come to this right hand side and hit in place. If you don't, your animation is going to loop and it's going to look like crap. So you definitely want it in place. Download it. You do not need the skin textures, because if you downloaded your character in the beginning, you already have those. And then you download it, and then you get to right where I am, which is right here. So here's my character Doug. I got Doug dead and Doug walking, and you have to create some things here. So you're gonna have to create a controller. So go anywhere and go to Blueprint. Down at the bottom, just type AI controller. You want to click this one, and then it's going to say, select. I've already have it, which is right here. Naming these are going to be extremely important, so make sure that you name it and you can remember it. So when we go into blueprinting, it's a lot easier. You are also going to need one of these guys. And I can go into this one a little bit, but let me show you how to get there. So don't go up here for blueprint class. That's not going to work. You're not going to find it. You want to go into blueprints here and then go right here. You click that, you get this. So while I'm here, I'm actually going to open this up and I'm going to do a new value on here. I'm just going to call it, let's say, Rome. Just Rome. I just do this here for me. You don't have to do it. So Rome. Save it. Pretty much you're done with that. You can just close it right out of there. And now I got that. I got my AI controller. Now, making a character, obviously if you right click, you go into blueprints. You want to create a character, and then you're going to get this. So your screen is going to look empty. It's just going to have the spear around it. And then your mesh inherited. Mine is Douglas. Alright. So when you import yours from Mixamo, your guy is going to be very transparent. So there's two ways of doing it. You can go into the character when he's imported, or just click on his materials. Change it from translucent to opaque, and do that for all 4 layers, and then your guy will actually look like this. He'll start to render all of his uniforms here. So this is the character that you get when you first download him in there. So if you double tap him, you're going to see him transparent with his eyes bugging out. Just double click, change this from translucent to opaque. If you have any physical material like blood or whatever, you can add it to each of the layers in here, and then simply apply it, and then you will be right where we are, right here. So there's a couple things that we have to do in here before we start setting up a script. First, we have to give this character a pawn sensing. So if you go into the settings right here, to add component, and you want to type the word pawn sensing, you're going to get this. Okay? You're not going to see anything yet because I didn't compile. So once I compile, you're going to see there's a huge pawn setting. Now, you could tweak it here, but he's just walking around, so don't waste any time doing that. Now, while we're also here, we're going to make it where if we shoot Doug, Doug is going to die. So we go back here and we type in the word collision, and we're going to get a capsule collision. And I'm just going to scale it up a little bit. And I just noticed that Douglas is really, really big. So I'm going to have to probably change his scale later. Not a problem. And I'm just going to rename my capsule because I'm going to call it later. So I'm going to put Doug's hitbox. You guys can put it whatever the hell you want. So now we have our pawn sensing. We have our hitbox. Now, if you go to Douglas on the very top, you're going to need to come over here to where it says pawn, and you're going to take the AI controller class, and you're going to name it what you just created. Mine was Doug AI controller. I'm going to hit that. I'm going to compile it. Alright, so now we have everything that we need here. We're going to now go into the event graph. So when you load it up here, these two you do not need. You can just delete them. For this one, instead of me going back and forth to show you guys everything, I'm just going to copy something and I'll explain it all to you here, because this is the script that we're actually going to follow. But I'm going to actually go through it section by section. So first, let me delete this. So just pretend all of this is blank right now. Alright. So you want to right click, add custom event. You can name this whatever you want to. And I am simply going to, oh, I didn't mean to do that. Name it move to random location. Move to random location. So that's my custom event. Alright. So now we have to do a move to. So I'm just going to move all of this stuff out of the way and just recreate it all for you. Get out of the way. So from the execute, AI move to. You're going to get this guy, which matches right here. So the pawn, you want to get a reference to yourself. And a lot of people get stuck on this, and it is a little tricky. Just drag it out, type the word self. So you're going to get a reference to yourself, pretty much. So now we need to get the actor's location, and we need to get a random point in the navigatable mesh. So anywhere here, right click, get actor location, and then from actor location, drag out and literally type get random point in navigatable mesh. Oh, radius, sorry. So I'm going to explain what this actually does, and then right here underneath pawn, connect that right into your destination. So what this is saying is once we build the nav mesh volumes bound, within this radius, he's going to be able to move. So the lower the number, the tighter his movements. So we're going to make a pretty big mesh. So I'm going to put the radius to like 950. This is something that you guys can flirt with, not a problem. Alright? So we created this right here, and I'm just going to delete this now. Just going to delete it. Okay. So on success from the AI move to, I want to do a delay. Now, you can flirt with the time. So what this is saying is once my character gets to a specific spot, which is random, he's going to wait an X amount of time, and then he's going to move and find another one, and wait a certain amount of time. So you do a delay node here, and you're going to have to delete this. And then you're going to have to drag it out, and you're going to go to the name that you named the custom event, okay? Whatever you named it, not a big deal. So I'm going to drag it out, and I'm going to, oh, or not, drag it out, move to random location. So now I have that as well. So this area is done. So if you're new, if you click off and drag it all the way over, it highlights. It's pretty cool. And then if you hit the letter C, it's going to give you a little text box here. And I'm just going to name this one right here, AI Rome. And then I'm just going to move it down a little bit here. And then I'll recap it for you. So we created a custom event. We named it Move to Random Location. From execute, we went to AI Move To. We got a reference to the pawn by literally dragging it out and typing the word self. We got the get actor location. And then we, from the return value, typed out get random point and navigable radius. And then we connected that into our destination. So if he's successful, we're going to run a delay and minus 3.5 seconds. He's going to go move to another random location, and then this is just going to keep repeating itself over and over and over and over again. We changed his radius to 950, so anywhere in a 950 degree radius he's going to be able to move to. Pretty sweet. Now this one here, I'm going to explain this a little bit here. So I'm just going to back out here. So you remember when we created this guy right here? This is what we're talking about. So let me go back in here. So on the event begin play. So let's say if you accidentally deleted it, no big deal. Right click, event, begin play. You're going to get another node like this. So I'm just going to disconnect this really quick. And I'm going to drag it out. And I'm going to type switch on, what the hell did I call this guy? Doug. Okay, yeah. Switch on the E Doug AI. And if you're going to see that my selection was exactly what I typed before, which was Rome. Now, on this particular thing, you can make different things like chasing, roaming, or I don't know, whatever the hell it is that you want to, hunting, I don't know. But this one, I just want him to roam around. So, now we have to create a variable in this equation right here to reference the switch. So no big deal. Just go to your variables, name it roam, and once you name it roam, you want to make this one a visible thing, and pretty much go to the details panel under here and type E Doug AI. Change the variable type, that's perfectly fine, then exit out of it. That's going to happen, no big deal. We're just going to delete that, and we're going to delete this one because now we have Doug. We have the correct character. So I'm just going to drag out Rome, smack it right here, and then we're good. This one, we're just going to delete, drag out from Rome, move to random location. So this particular thing right here, I'm going to highlight it and see. I'm going to put, for me, it's E1 Rome only. And I'll explain that in a second. So I'm just going to compile that and then go over everything here. So on event begin play, we dragged it out and we typed on switch on and then whatever you named that particular item. Remember, mine is E Doug AI. So E Doug AI. That's why I was saying it's very, very important to remember your names. From that, I literally ran from execute to move to a random location. It's going to pop out target Doug for me, master AI. Perfect. We created a variable, and in that variable we wanted to the search, and then we typed in the name E Doug, whatever AI, and then we got our reference and we smashed it on right there. So now, if we compile and save, if we drag Doug out, he should be able to work. So we're just going to drag Doug out here. And just as I knew, Doug is a big motherfucker. Okay. You could scale him down. Not a problem. So, you see how Doug is just staying in the T-pose? Cool. But you see how he's actually, well, he's moving pretty fast. You see how he's just in that T-pose? We got to do something here. So, everything's set up, so we're ready. Alright, Doug, you ready to get some life? Okay. So, we need to create a blueprint animation. No big deal. I saved it for the end so that people don't get confused with people jumping back and forth. So just go to animation and just create an animation blueprint. And we're going to find our skeleton. Obviously mine is Doug. And I got Doug. I'm going to name it Doug underscore blend space. I don't care, whatever, that's fine. And then once I have it here, I'm just going to double click it. Now this is where you normally add state machines and things like that, but you don't have to in this one. All you got to do is drag out the animation, which is Doug walking in place, connect it to the final. Compile it, and save. Then go back into your character, go to your viewport, click on your mesh, and then right here, Doug, now Doug's going to start walking. And he's walking pretty good. Now, here's a little thing that I recommend to do. See, he hauled ass before. So, I'm going to click on character movement. I'm going to go into details and I'm going to type in max walk speed. By default, it's 600. So I'm going to really slow him down. I'm just going to put 25. Just slow it down. Okay, so now if I play it, Mr. Doug here should start walking around aimlessly. See, he's walking, he's doing his thing. Actually, hell, we may actually turn up his walk speed. This guy means business. Yeah, let's just turn him up a little bit. All right, Dougie, you're gonna get a little bit faster. Let's get you to about let's say 200. 200 is pretty good. All right, Dougie, you ready to haul ass? Is that what you want? So now, let's go back and play. Let's just check it out. Alright, so now you can see that Doug is walking around, and then he's going to get a little stuck there because my nav bounce is blocking him. So, now, let's go over the nav bounce. Alright, so, for me, I already have a nav bounce. So go into top left, type in nav, and you want to look for a nav volume sound right here. So I'm going to just take mine really quick. So once you get it out, drag it out however you want it. A little trick on this one is if you click on it, if you just hit P, sometimes it takes a while, so you know, don't worry. Hit P, it should actually load up for you. Now you can actually see the radius of the Navmesh bounce. So this is pretty much everywhere that Doug can walk right now. All of this area, he can walk. He can do whatever the hell he wants to, and he can walk. I'm just going to turn it off. So after you get it, drag it out, and you scale it, make sure that it's hitting the ground, and make sure that it goes up a good distance, but not ridiculously on top of the trees, because some animations can actually pop up on the trees, and you don't want that crap. So just make sure it's realistic. As you can see, mine is about right at the character's height, and that's pretty much it. So I'm just going to turn it off. I'm going to hit P again. So now Doug is walking around. But now we want to kill Doug. So what we're going to do is we're going to load back up Doug again. So in our event graph, we have our AI room and we have all that stuff. Remember when I said to make Doug's hitbox? Okay. So let me come back down here. So highlight the hitbox for the capsule collision that you created. Get rid of that in details. And you want to scroll down So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a simulation on the generation of it being hit, and I'm going to have blood. And yep, that's good, cool. And then I'm going to scroll all the way down here to the bottom. So I'm going to hit on component hit. You're going to know that it's correct because whatever you named your capsule collision should be on component hit, then Doug's hitbox. Alright, so that's good. Now what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to show you what we're going to do. And I'm just going to copy all of this and I'm going to bring it into the other one. I do have a terrible memory, so that's why being resourceful is the best thing for you. So let me go here. If you do not have a bullet like mine is a special bullet that has particles and all this other crazy stuff on it. If you're using the first person template, you should have that little stupid yellow ball. If you want to learn how to make a bullet, I can make a video, but there's like thousands of them on YouTube. Okay. So I'm going to just take this down here on the on component hit and I'm just going to recreate it for you. So on execute, you want to drag it out. Cast to, for me, mine is impact, bullet, BP. That's my bullet that's coming out of my gun. Yours is going to be whatever it is that you name it. So from object, I'm going to go to other actor. Alright. So we're going to play an animation now. So I'm going to drag it out, type in play animation, or if I could finish it, and we're going to do a play animation mesh. If you did that, it should come right up with the mesh, which is right here. It already detected it. And then it gives us little animation to play here. So mine is Doug. I think Doug is dead. Yeah, Doug dead. Alright, Doug, so you're going to die. And then I am going to drag out execute from play animation. And I'm going to put play sound at location. If you guys don't have any sounds, I would still leave it there until you get it. I have a shitload of sounds, and I'm not going to go all the way through it. I'm thinking I'm just going to, let's see, if I shoot him, what the hell can we hear? That's ridiculous. I'm not playing that one. That one's loud. You know what? How about I don't know. How about a bomb or something? Okay, bomb. Okay. I'm just going to play a bomb for mine. So here's what's going to happen. So once I shoot Doug in that collision box, it's going to trigger the animation to make him dead. It's also going to play the sound, like him dying or whatever sound you have. But if I do not detach the controller, Doug is going to die, and then he's going to slide all over the damn floor like he's all crazy. So drag it out from your play at sound and location. Drag it out. Literally type the word detach, or wow, if I could spell, huh? Wow. Okay. Sorry about that. You're going to look for detach from controller pending destroy. Okay? The target, self. It's real easy. Drag it out. Self. I'm going to do a delay. So this section here, you don't have to do a delay. But if you want to make it a little realistic, you run a delay. So go to detach on the execute, delay. And I'm going to change him from 25 seconds. I'm just going to put 5 seconds. Once that 5-second delay is up, we're going to destroy the actor. So from completed, on delay, destroy actor. The target, again, is yourself. So now we have, I'm going to delete this one really quick. Let me just get that out of there. Get the hell out of there. Or not. Okay, it's gone. So we have a component hit to your bullet. We're going to play an animation, which is, for me, Doug is dead. We're going to play a sound at the location. So pretty much when I shoot him, a bomb is going to go off. I'm going to detach his controller so he stops moving in the nav mesh. And in the delay, which is 5 seconds, he's going to completely disappear off the level. So let's compile, save it, and let's go check out Doug. Let's see if he's behaving. I'm going to right click here, play from here, and I'm going to let Doug walk around a little bit. I'm just going to see how he's behaving. No, Doug, you can't go there because I have a barrier there. And that is another thing. If you have barriers on it, they're not going to go there. So let's just shoot him. Oh man, he's moving. Hey Doug, stop moving. And I just killed Doug. The bomb went off in the background. 5 seconds later, he disappeared. Now we have the worker. I shot him. He's gone, hey, how you doing? Now, the animals, you could do the same exact setup. The same thing. So if you want to make a cow, you have skeleton mesh. You could do all of that following this video. The only thing that's going to change is your skeletal mesh and then your animation blueprint. So, Freddie from A.W.O.L Studios, if you have any questions, I missed anything, let me know and I will answer it. Just please remember that this is just a very, very basic way to kind of give your level some life. Later, I will make extremely more videos going into detail and really setting up different stages of the animation, behavior trees, and things like that, and really give it a artificial simulation of today's lifestyle of animals moving, people moving, like eating and things like that. So I'll get that out to you guys soon. Thank you very much. Have a good night.